What is happening, everyone? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Wanted to jump on here and talk about something that I think a lot of us experience, and that is the fear of failure. Now, there's a lot of fears out there that we can talk about. We all have those moments of being afraid to do something. Have you ever, thought about wanting to do something in your life? Maybe learn a new hobby, maybe start a business, maybe get married, have children, and you were afraid of failure. You were fearful of what would happen if it didn't pan out the way you thought it was going to. Have you ever had that moment where you've been paralyzed and you've not even taken action because you were scared of what might be on the other side? I know I have. I know that I have been afraid and feared and a lot of times didn't take action. You know, in this life that I've been living 49 years on this planet, there's been times that I've not pulled the trigger and done something because I was afraid of what ultimately would be the outcome, or it maybe wouldn't pan out the way that you thought it was going to. I was talking to a gentleman the other day, and he was talking about, I'd really like to start a business, but you know, it could go either way. It could be successful or it could fail. And of course that is the case in anything that you do in life, right? But we don't want those things to stop us, right? I would rather go ahead and jump out and feel the experience and the pain of failure than the pain of regret, laying on my deathbed going, what if I would have done this? What if I would have tried this? What if I would have pulled the trigger on that thing that I really had a burning desire to do, and I chose not to because I was scared, or I was afraid, or I was fearing failure? And so I wanted to just encourage you, to let you know that you're not alone, that people deal with this. Everyone deals with this. This is a common theme, a common thing. I know people will watch other people and go, man, they've got their act together. Look at that person getting on stage and he can speak comfortably. Look at this person, he can do video, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, we are all the same. We are just people trying to navigate through life, trying to handle our emotions, trying to keep them under wrap, and obviously do those things that excite us, and understand that we're going to face fear on a daily basis, right? We're gonna face those things, those obstacles, but yet the folks that get to the finish line, the folks that get to their goals, are the ones that overcome those things. They do it anyway. In the face of failure, they do it anyway. You know, I know that we've all been to school, and you know, one of the things that I do get frustrated with the school's philosophy is that they really penalize you as an individual for failure. And so I think it conditions us to be afraid to fail, right? What are people gonna think of me if I don't do this the right way? Or what's somebody gonna think of me if I start this business and it fails? What is my family gonna think of me if I decide to pull the trigger and marry this woman that I love, and it doesn't work out? What is someone gonna think of me? And so we get caught up into our own heads about what potentially could happen, and maybe none of it will happen. Maybe it will actually work out. But school, when you go to school, right, it's all about, passing that test and getting an A and AAAs and B's. If you get an F, you're looked at, frowned upon as a failure. And life is about going from failure to failure. I heard a video one time, a guy said, I want to fail fast, I want to fail often, and I want to fail forward. And because the reason being is the more you fail, the more you get closer to success. But we fear that. For whatever reason, we fear what other people are going to think of us. We fear of how it's going to make us feel. We fear that maybe we would lose all of our money and we'd have to start all over again. But guys, the only way to ever have anything, have any type of success, is you're going to have the potential failure. You're going to have to face it, right? We can go and get in our car and there be a fear that that car will fail, or a fear that it won't get us from point A to point B, but we don't think about that. We just get in and we go. Right? If it happens, we deal with it in the moment. And that is how you have to deal with the things that you want to do that are maybe holding you back in life because you are afraid to fail. So I wanted to give you some tools, some things that maybe might be helpful to you. The first thing I want you to do is think about reframing your mindset around failure, right? Failure is not a bad thing. At the end of the day, some people are going to start a business and they're going to fail. Some people are going to start a diet and they're going to fail. Some people are going to go to the gym and they're going to stop and they're going to fail. People are going to fail every day. They're going to succeed every day. And so I want you to understand that failure failure is the stepping stones to getting you to success. So reframe your mind in thinking that failure is a bad thing. Because when you think that failure is a bad thing, then you try to avoid it, right? You don't want to do the bad thing. You want to do the thing that's going to be beneficial and is going to help propel your life. And so, but ideally, if you're not willing to fail, if you're not willing to risk, you'll never know what's on the other side of those things that you desire in your life. So reframe your mind around that. The other thing I want you to encourage you about is visualize, right? We have an awesome brain that has the ability to imagine. And we can either imagine the bad or we can imagine the good. Now, I'm not going to get airy-fairy on you here, but ideally we have thousands and thousands of thoughts that go through our heads every day. And it's the ones that we actually just kind of sit and hang out with, the ones that we actually meditate on, that will make or break our day. I mean, if we have this bad experience or this bad thought, and all of a sudden we just hang on that all day, that could literally change the trajectory of your day, and you won't have a good day because you've just literally meditated on that negative thought. With visualization, visualize the outcome that you want in your business. Visualize the outcome you want for your body. When you're looking in the mirror, if you want a different body, in your mind's eye, imagine your body the way you want it to be, right? Because you got to see it in your mind's eye first before you'll ever see it in the physical plane. So you have to get into that visualization, and that'll help frame and give you confidence to move forward with your goals, to move forward with your dreams, to move forward with that business idea that you've been kind of harboring back because you're afraid that it may fail. So what if it does? You'll learn from it, right? How many times did Einstein fail? How many times did Ford fail? How many times did the greats in front of us fail, right? We forget so easily about that. We think we see their names in shining lights and we think, oh, it's so nice to be them. But you don't know all the failures and all the missteps and all the trials and tribulations that they had to experience to get there. So, visualize, make sure that you're visualizing the outcome that you want so that you can do that. The other thing is I want you to consider the cost of not trying. I already talked about that a little bit. What is the cost of you not trying? It's costing you what if? What if that business works out? Because we're always asking the question, what if it doesn't? But what if it does, right? Flip the narrative, flip the way you ask the question, right? What if it does succeed? Then what does your life look like, right? But the cost of not trying is so massive. You're gonna pay a price no matter what. You're gonna pay a price of discipline, or you're gonna pay a price of regret, no matter what. So the price has gotta be paid one way or the other. So if you're gonna pay a price, why not pay a price that's gonna move you that much closer to your goals, your dreams? So fear of failure, that's just something that we face every day. Another thing is just do it. In the midst of your fear of failing, just do it anyway. Just take that step. You don't know how many times in the last 2 to 3 years that I've been presented with opportunities for marketing and different things. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, what if it fails? What if it fails? What if it fails? I don't want to spend that money again. I don't want to, and I just pulled the trigger. And some things worked out and some things didn't, but it didn't matter. At the end of the day, I was willing to build that muscle in my mind to pull the trigger, not be scared in the face of adversity, in the face of fear, and do it anyway. One other thing I will help you is get a coach, get a mentor, get somebody that can, a friend that can help speak into your life and help you reframe your mindset around failure, encourage you when you need encouraged, to help press you on. Because again, you are a product of your environment. Who you hang out with, what you listen to will help frame the way you see the world and how you see yourself. But trust me, life is worth living, and sometimes it's going to involve some failure. So with that being said, I hope this has been helpful to you. Remember, in the face of adversity, you can do it. Do it anyway. Hope you have a great day. Talk soon. Bye for now.